Oh, it's just so uncomfortable. And I mean, my pain's through the roof.
Where do you have your pain?
It's all right across here. It starts out right here in the middle.
Okay.
It goes into my back.
But do you feel it over here?
Oh, no. Well, no, it's right up in, it starts right up in here. Yeah, that there, I can feel that. It's like if you did 100 push-ups and hadn't done push-ups in a long time, your muscles are just tense and
Okay.
and I mean, I gasp for breath. I mean, I have a hard time breathing.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah. I'm gonna run a couple things.
Okay.
Blood work, some scans, and then we'll get you something for pain and the nausea.
Okay, like soon?
Yeah, as soon as I can run out and order it, and the pharmacy sends it down.
Okay, thank you.
See if we can get you feeling better, and then we'll talk as your results come back, just to see if we can get to the bottom of, is there another cause or not.
Okay, yeah,
So
thank
let me
you.
go.
Thanks
let me
for
go
your
those
help.
orders. Yeah, for sure. Do you have any allergies to anything?
Penicillin when I was a little kid.
Okay. Give me a holler if you guys need anything in the meantime, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, guys. The type of person that is drawn towards being a physician is usually somebody who enjoys helping other folks and maybe sacrificing themselves to help other people. That's generally the type of people that will go into emergency medicine. Our catchment area is very wide, so you get a wide variety of patients, wide variety of medical problems from all those various locations that folks come from, and I just gravitated towards that. The most challenging part of our job is having to be prepared for anything that could walk through the door, not knowing what might walk through the door. Hi, I'm Dr. Mann.
Thank you.
There you go. You want to lie down on the bed for me? Yeah. Okay, so what happened? You can sit there. Go ahead.
That was just sleep.
Hmm?
That was just sleep.
Now sleeping at. So she was going to her guitar class and fell. She was trying to go over a bench.
Okay.
And she tripped on it.
Okay. Did she knock herself out?
No.
What else is bothering you right now other than just feeling sleepy? Your head hurts? Okay.
She's continuing to complain
What'd you
about
give
her pain. Ibuprofen.
Okay. That medicine she gave you for your headache, did that make you feel better? Did it make your head pain better? How about that? Not really?
I don't know how to explain it, but didn't really do anything for me.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at you real quick, and then we're going to talk about what to do, okay? Okay, good. Follow my finger, but just move your eyes, not your head. Go up there, we go up there, down there, over there. Okay, now just stare at my nose and don't look anywhere else. Close your eyes real tight, like you're squeezing them real hard.
Ow.
Try real hard. Does it hurt like right here? Yeah.
It hurts right here because of my bruise.
Okay, you don't have to go hard. How about just close it a little bit? Okay, good. So it's literally right on the bruise, right? But anywhere else where I'm pushing it doesn't hurt. How about down here, like by your jaw? Okay, cool. Okay, good. So she looks good to me. So whenever we see, it's kids and adults, but when we see kids after a head injury, what we're trying to decide is there any reason to do a scan of their head?
Okay.
Concussions don't show up on CAT scans.
Right.
So really the decision is, hey, do we want to do a scan if we're worried about any of those things? I think the likelihood of having that is pretty slim to none.
Yeah.
A concussion it's kind of like a bruise of your brain. So like you bruise your face, right, when you hit it? So when you hit your head, your kind of brain shakes a little bit inside your head, and it can get a little bruise. Questions? Are you cool with that?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Okay, hit me. What's your question?
Will I die?
No, you will not. No, you will not.
You missed that whole conversation, didn't you?
That's grown-up talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, you'll be okay. You're gonna feel kind of junky for a few days, but it's okay. You'll be okay. My mother passed away when I was young. I was about 5, 6 years old, and she had leukemia. When something like that happens to you, you tend to see past a patient's initial complaint and empathize with them and sympathize with how they may be feeling. I do try to spend a little bit more time with patients. presenting after a head injury. The patient was walking outside, tripped and fell face first onto the concrete, neurologic exam is intact, I had a long discussion with mother and patient, I do not believe CT of the head is indicated at this point, they understand and agree, return warning is given, period.
Yeah, she is. She's
Okay, cool.
87 number 58.
That's going to be what we're going to have to deal with. Maybe we can put a line in, or is she going to tolerate? Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
You oftentimes have multiple things coming at you at any given time, and you have to be able to multitask.
Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Mann.
Okay. Hello, doctor. I'm good. And you?
I want to go ahead and introduce myself to the patient and then chat with her, okay? Can you tell me a little bit about the pain? How long has it been going on?
Bueno, ¿me puede decir un poco más del dolor? ¿Por cuánto tiempo ha estado sucediendo?
3 semanas.
3 weeks.
There's a number of things that can cause your pain, okay? So we're going to do a few different tests.
Quiero ver a ver si me dan algo para el dolor y no aguanto.
Are you going to give me something for the pain? I'm not able to stand it anymore.
Yes, that was the last thing I was going to mention. We'll get you a little bit of pain medicine and some nausea medicine, okay?
Thank you.
Let us know if you need anything in the meantime, okay? Okay.
Bueno, mientras tanto nos hace saber si necesitan.
I think the most rewarding part of my job is just being able to help people that oftentimes don't have another place to turn to.
People generally choose to live in a remote area because they like it. They like being remote, they like being out in nature on their own, and it's a unique space for a healthcare provider to try and reach out to those people and meet them where they're at and not expect them to go to the big city for care. People come to healthcare when they need help. We can get the care that they need to them and have the burden of navigating that care fall to us and not on them. I love the fact that as trained professionals, we can really meet people where they're at and help them along their health journey, whatever that looks like for them. And that's why I get up every morning and do what I do. I have been at Marshall since July of 2019, right before the pandemic. It's been a wild few years, but I've loved every minute of it. Okay. One of the things I love about El Dorado County and Placerville and the community is that they welcome people with open arms. My life is kind of a 3-ring circus. I have 4 boys and 4 dogs, so that should tell you I love chaos. I love to spend time with my guys, like all of my boys are amazing. You learn a lot from your kids. Kobe is my youngest, adopted from the foster system when he was 5.5. This is Eric, obviously the football player. This is Steven, who is my stepson who was killed in a car accident when he was 6. So this was his picture at the age when he passed. So I always have Steven with me. After World War II, there was a lot of push to help encourage local hospitals to build. Where the hospital is now in Placerville is donated land from a lumber company. The community raised $412,000 in like 3 months. So when we say we're by the community, started by the community, it's 100% true. And we really started by a group of caring individuals who wanted to make a difference in their community, and that is really why we're still here.
I've been having a lot of trouble with my heart. I didn't want to get up in the morning. I was dragging, and that's not me. So I asked the doc, I said, hey, do they still have that EECP thing going on? And she said, yes. So I said, can I try it?
Keith, have you had any chest pain?
No.
Okay, and you didn't take any nitro or anything? No swelling?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm good.
Went to college in San Diego, went to medical school in Wisconsin. I joined the Navy at the time on a medical scholarship, did 2 years of a staff cardiologist, director of the electrophysiology lab in the Navy, and then looked for a private practice opportunity and found Placerville and have been here the last 30 years. My partner and I started Marshall Cardiology, which started with 2 of us and then became now 6 cardiologists and 3 nurse practitioners.
You've been coming to Marshall for a long time?
Yes. Yes. Actually, I was pretty healthy up until 2001, and then I had that major heart attack, and I had a 5-way bypass. But hanging in there, doing good.
ECP, what it's doing is opening the collaterals in the heart, adding blood flow to the heart that adds more blood flow throughout the body. We're helping the body recreate more power to keep it energetic, more blood flow, everything a body in motion can stay in motion.
These people are great. There's a world of difference. Yeah,
Take care of you like you're our family, rather.
They do. And they're sincere about how they feel. You know, we're down in Sacramento. It's kind of a plastic thing.
It's kind of a factory sometimes.
Yeah.
Marshall cares about how you get treated, and we are gonna treat you like family. I am gonna treat you like you're my mother, my father, my grandmother, my uncle. I know I'm treating somebody's loved one, and I want them to be in the best hands.
Heart disease kills more people than cancer. If you've had a cardiac event, the last thing you want to do is have another one. And so exercising can be really terrifying for people because they don't want to cause another issue. One of the great things that cardiac rehab does is it gets people over that fear and helping them understand that they can exercise safely.
160/82, Jeremy. Pressure is good. Okay, how hard is this for you, Jeremy?
About a 4.
4? All right, Jeremy. Keep it up. Again, 5.2 mets. Heart rate's 84. Very good. Just keep it going.
What cardiac rehab does is instill confidence that they can do things in a progressive fashion. We put them on heart monitors, we take their blood pressure, we take their heart rate, so we can measure how hard their heart's working at any given time. What patients get out of it is a sense that you're not alone. That's one of the biggest things that you could take out of cardiac rehab.
I'm a small town guy. I love my small towns, and every doctor I looked at when it came to people affiliated with Marshall, it felt like home. They were very personable. It felt like you're talking to a buddy. You weren't talking to your doctor. People see the big cities and think hospitals are going to be better because they're in a big city. It's not always true.
If you had open heart surgery in the last 3 months, why don't you keep your elbows in? Okay, if you didn't have open heart surgery, you could flare elbows out. We just want to avoid sternal retraction.
I went to school at UC Davis. You know, I would go to football games and then I would see these cheerleaders. I'm like, this is incredible. They would throw these girls up in the air and just spin them around and let them fly and catch them and toss them. Like, how do I do that? You know, I'm playing in the band and like thinking, wow, what's incredible is how strong they are and how athletic they are, and fell in love with it. And I continued doing that the rest of my career at UC Davis. And the parallels is I became a cheerleader for patients here to encourage them to make some changes in their life so that they can enjoy life again. And that's what we do here.
You're getting that physical workout, you're building your heart back up, and then you add the Pritikin program, which is what Michelle does in the kitchen, and how to eat, what to stay away from, and the key things to look at, even simplifying going to the grocery store.
Who doesn't need to exercise? Who doesn't need to have a healthy mindset? We all do.
My heart function went up 15% since I was here. It really does bring the health together and teach you how to live a long, prosperous life. Anything's possible to beat if you're willing to work hard at it. I'm still here, and just keep pushing it through. I don't give up easy.
When I was 16, I decided I wanted to be a nurse. The human body is fascinating to me.
You want to do something meaningful with your life and you want to serve your community, and I like to be able to give the care that patients deserve
Tell me in your own words what you're having done.
Gastric bypass.
Okay, I have robotic laparoscopic assisted Roux-en-Y gastric bypass and possible hiatal hernia repair without mesh, possible sleeve gastrectomy.
Same thing.
Same thing, right? Okay, yeah, pretty much the same. That fancy way of saying it. And I know you spoke with Dr. McConnell earlier. Do you feel like all of your questions have been answered?
Yeah, she's great.
Okay, perfect. I know this is a long process to get to this point, so
Yeah.
this is it. The day is here. Do you take anything for blood pressure at home?
No.
Okay.
It's just anxiety.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sure. How are you with needles? Not your favorite thing to have done to you, but not the worst thing in the world either?
No, as long as somebody else professional does it.
Okay,
We're
yes,
good.
right. I have a nice one right there.
We have people come in here and they're like, not a big deal. You know, been here, done it before. And then you have other people who come in and they have high blood pressure or, you can tell that they're anxious. Putting the patient at ease. That's our job.
What are we gonna name the bear? Diego? He's all leg and no torso. Like me. I have my athlete kid and then my academic kid who also does kickboxing and jujitsu, and she's a hip hop dancer. You know, my girls know I need this physically to keep up with my kids. I need this mentally to keep up with the person I want to be.
Born and raised in China, and then I came here when I was in high school. My mother was an infectious disease doctor. It's always great to hear her stories. My mom is like my aspiration. When I'm scrubbing, I'm actually trying to relax. Gastric bypass is challenging because you have to make sure all the rearrangements are in the right place. If you don't connect the pipes correctly, then the sewer system is going to go into your drinking water, and then it's not going to be good. On the scale of 10 is probably a 7 or so.
There's this generalization that young people don't get sick.
Towards the end of April 2020, Tiara discovered a lump in her breast. She was only 28. Tiara pretty much decided, I'll just have my boobs removed and go on with normal life.
I was really optimistic because I'm thinking this is something that's easily solved. I'm young, I just got engaged, I have my life ahead of me. This is just a little bump in the road. The time between my biopsy and my general surgeon appointment was like really long because of COVID. My lump that was the size of an almond was the size of a kiwi. I remember the general surgeon called me and told me, you're stage 4. Your cancer has metastasized to your liver and your lungs. You're no longer eligible for surgery.
It was really devastating. The worst news I've ever heard. It was so painful. The only thing I could do was just try to be strong in front of her. And I just didn't know which direction things were gonna go. My mother is a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor. A majority of the family is in Florida, so coming out here to convince her and tell her it's best that you fly back with me. Tiara was like, no, Mom, God has me where I need to be. Tiara was not eating. She had lost about 15, 20 pounds. She told me, Mom, I called for you to say goodbye.
I thought that I was on my deathbed. This was it, because I just couldn't see how anything could get me out of this. It was just a realization that these are my last days.
See, we matched up. To be honest with you, I never match up with you, right?
I love it. I know. Blazer, and your outfit, you're so stylish. Dr. Ciricilla told me, I have a treatment plan for you. It's called TCHP. It's extremely intense. This is hard. I'm not going to lie to you, which she never has. But I know you can do it. The chemotherapy, little by little, brought me back.
Them giving her treatment actually saved her life.
A lot of cancer centers, smaller cancer centers, they have their chemotherapy and their drugs shipped in or couriered in from a hospital down the street, 30 miles away. Not us. We're doing all the compounding and the mixing right here, and it's immediately available. We have a very strong affiliation with UC Davis, and with that, we get the latest and greatest treatment options for our patients. We are able to participate in their clinical trials, looking at the latest and greatest ways to beat cancer. We have a person come in, a professional wig stylist, wig fitter that comes in. They have many different options to choose from their wigs. We have a knitting group that comes in and they knit hats and scarves, and then they get packaged up and they're put out by the front lobby area, and patients come in and get a knitted cap or scarf to take home and wear and keep them warm.
This is not just a treatment center. This is actually family.
North 1 and North 2 is really the bread and butter of what we do in a hospital. If you get admitted to Marshall, unless you're going to the ICU or having a baby, you're gonna go to North 1 or North 2. They really are like the backbone of hospital care.
We see everybody in the community, literally everybody. We are super important to the community up here. Yeah. Do you live up here?
Camino.
So that's why Marshall's your hospital, because you live right up here?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, I like this place. I mean, as far as hospitals go.
Yeah. What kind of cancer did you have?
Well, it started off as bladder cancer, and then it just kind of went everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
They sent me to UC Davis.
Yeah.
And then I came back here. And then I started chemo. And then
Down in Cameron Park?
Yes.
Okay.
Those people were something special.
When was your last round of chemo?
I go to a 21-day cycle.
Okay.
This would have been the last of it. But then I started again the day before Thanksgiving. But back in March, I was in a wheelchair, and they were actually talking about putting me in hospice.
Oh.
So, I mean, they're miracle workers as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You like working here?
I do. Going on 14 years. I may never see these people again, but I get to laugh with them and joke with them. Hopefully they just feel a little bit better while they're here. We want to see you get well, and we want to see you go back to your life.
Nurses station. Nurses station. Okay, it's working.
I work on North 2, the cardiac stroke unit of the hospital. So if you're on our floor, we're doing cardiac monitoring on telemetry. With nursing, there's not much time to be bored. There's lots to do, and there's always this engagement, socially with patients. A little something special for your birthday.
Oh, how sweet. Thank you.
You've got the
Oh, lovely. Look at
French dip
that.
tonight.
Oh, and a salad.
Yep.
Oh, some fresh fruit. Yummy. Thank
All right,
you.
will you enjoy?
I will. Thank you very much. Ooh, yummy. Dessert before dinner. Shame on me.
You have moments where you really feel like you've made an impact, and you can see a patient from where they were to where they are and going home and feeling better. And it's like, wow, that feels very rewarding.
Thank you. I mean, getting your blood pressure checked isn't always the most comfortable.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath for me.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. In through your nose, smell the flowers. There we go. You want to watch your show?
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go, my friend. Do you want me to turn your light off? Is it easier to see with it off?
Yeah.
Do you want your light off?
I want it out.
Okay. There you go.
I did not want to come here. I thought they were like an old rundown hospital that had doctors that were set in their ways and they had old stuff. The facility is clean and everyone's so kind and the food was good. Like, I was so impressed enough to want to work here. Changing your whole career and everything in your mid-30s, like, okay, why not? I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm definitely in the right job.
I love our OB department. I love that we can be there when new life enters the world. As a mom who's had 3 kids, I tell stories all the time about the difference nurses make in our lives.
Knock, knock. Hello. How's it going? You ready to have a baby? Yeah. Yeah? We'll decide what we're gonna do. There's a few different ways that we can start an induction. So, does she have a name yet?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, okay. I love it. If you need anything from us, we're happy to come and help you. We have aromatherapy, we have fun galaxy light that we can get for you tonight when you're trying to get some rest and maybe when those contractions start being a little bit stronger.
I'm born and raised Placerville. It's kind of funny because I was actually born here. When I started to do some of my surgical training, it was actually the OR that I was likely born in, so it was like total full circle. We had 8 counties in California that didn't have a single OB provider. So that means we have women that are driving 45 minutes an hour to reach a facility to have a baby. So when we talk about moms who have precipitous deliveries, if we weren't here, that would increase their chances of delivering on the side of the road, trying to get to the nearest facility.
Right, precious. You go home and keep those brothers in line.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're gonna be a strong girl, just like your mom. Your mom's gonna show you how. She just did last night.
Our midwives are super supportive of our patients and knowledgeable, and I have seen some pretty beautiful deliveries with them.
Look at those eyelashes. You got such pretty eyelashes. Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, and we'll swaddle you up. Let's just get you nice and cozy, ma'am. Oh, goodness gracious. It's hard being a little human. You're not gonna find staff that's gonna care more than we cared, because we are in your community, and we're invested in each and every patient that walks in. We want to see the very best for each and every patient. We want to see you and your babies thrive.
For 9 months, a baby has been in this nice, warm, comfortable environment, all tucked up, and then they come out and it's freezing cold and really bright and loud. And so swaddling them back up, getting them nice and tight, it makes them feel comfortable and safe and warm.
Pediatrics is one of those services where all of us have used it, right? Anybody who had kids has gone to a pediatrician. Our pediatricians, they make a big difference in not just kids' lives, but in families' lives.
I always tell people, I have the best job in the world. I think people just truly have a calling for some careers. I was apparently 7 years old, and I said, I'm gonna be a doctor one day. Hi, you guys. Hi. How are you? Good. How are you? I'm good. Hi.
Say hello.
Hi, bud.
He's like, nope. So
He's like, no. Pluto's funner.
Can you chill?
Hi.
Say hi.
Are you gonna say hi today?
You remember Dr. Courtney? No? He's gonna be crazy.
Have you guys been? How's the family?
Good.
Oh my goodness, bud. So how has he been?
Wild.
Yeah, I clearly see that.
Yes. I'm assuming this is normal 3-year-old behavior, or is
It
he
is.
just exceptional?
No, I think for him, he's always been extra. I only kind of worry about that hyperactivity thing is if he isn't able to focus on the tasks that like building a block or playing with a car and going vroom vroom and doing imitation things with it.
Yes.
If he's still doing all of those normal behaviors, but also this is just normal 3-year-old energy. Screen time before bed is not the best for kids, and sometimes it can actually activate their brains to the point where they don't have great sleep hygiene.
Okay.
So, but I don't know, I would just try those things just to see if you notice a difference for him. That's great. He's progressed a lot.
Yes.
Once you gave him a task and he's able to completely focus on it, and for a 3-year-old, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
See, that makes me feel good.
He is an active boy. He needs a lot of outside time. He needs a lot of play time. That's how kids learn. They learn through play. The reason why I take my kids here, it's the same reason why I tell anybody else, is because we treat everybody like family. Other systems, you may call and you may talk to a nurse for advice. Here, when you're calling, you're talking to one of the doctors. He's 31 and a half, and he's in the 44th percentile.
Oh, yeah.
So he went from the 38th to the 44th percentile. He was 33 inches in the 17th percentile. He's in the 38th percentile at 37 inches. So he grew a ton.
Yay.
Yay.
See, you're not going to be a forever shrimp.
Yay. Hi, my friend. How are you doing today? Doing okay?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's going on? Has your tummy been hurting you? It has been? How long has this been? A couple days?
Just a couple days, right?
Yeah.
I just first heard about it last night, so.
How's everything else? I see you have a ladybug on your hand. Is that from school?
It's a pumpkin.
It's a pumpkin? Oh, it looks like a ladybug from here. Obviously, I need to get my eyes checked. really love it that I can't walk anywhere around this community without someone saying, Dr. Courtney, like, hi. I love that. It's a small town feel. I feel like I'm supporting the community in my own way.
One thing about healthcare is it's never static. It's always evolving, it's always changing. One of the advantages that Marshall has is that we have to be more nimble because we're small. And that ability to be nimble and to pivot and to evolve more quickly is what actually helps us survive in this very competitive healthcare environment. If Marshall is going to be able to be sustainable in the long run, we have to be attractive to commercial insurance payers, and we have to meet the needs of those patients. The new building in Town Center West, the former Blue Shield building, soon to be the Marshall building, is really our investment in our future. We want to be able to meet the needs of all of our patients across all of El Dorado County. And so that helps us meet the needs of that part of our county that's growing so rapidly. The focus on El Dorado Hills is not to detract from what's going on further up the hill. It is to add to what's going on further up the hill.
Chief Executive Officer.
Thank you. Marshall is here because we want to create a community where everyone can attain their highest desired state of health and well-being. It's been a journey. So the word that keeps coming into my head is resilience. This was not a straight line. It's never like that. Your life is never a straight line. This building was never a straight line. In the middle of the pandemic, we're sitting there and talking about what do we want to be when we grow up and where are we going to take this organization. And one of the things that became loud and clear when we did that process was we need a more substantial presence in El Dorado Hills. That was really clear. I'm so excited about the promise of this building because I think it really sets a tone and a stake in the ground for what Marshall really wants to be, which is here for our entire community. I'm so grateful for your support, and I am humbled and honored to be a part of this transition for Marshall. So thank you guys very much.
Let's do some blood work, some x-rays, just to see how much fluid you have backed up on you, to see if we need to keep you again.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to avoid that if we can. Sure. But if you need it, then you need it, right? So let's see where your stuff is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to make it go down.
Yeah.
This hasn't went down
Yeah.
since last night.
Okay. Good. I'll look through the computer and then get your test results, and when all that comes back, we'll talk. Okay? Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. Why don't I talk with her and the husband and say, hey, this is the discussion we're having. We all agree that you need to stay. We hate to try to send you 2.5 hours away and then they don't do anything different than we would do here. Marshall can provide the same care that any ER can in the area or frankly anywhere in the country. I think people sometimes will assume it's a small community hospital so it doesn't have the services that, say, a bigger hospital that's in a city has. But we can do essentially most of the things that any other hospital can do. We have physicians that are well-trained, PAs that are well-trained, nurse practitioners that are well-trained, nurses are great. Just because we're in a small community doesn't mean that we can't provide the services that a hospital that's bigger or in a bigger community can. The few people that have a negative experience are oftentimes the most vocal. There's so many good things that happen at the hospital, from good patient outcomes to the small town community feel of the staff, and they really do care and they want to take care of patients. That word unfortunately doesn't spread as loudly and as widely as those negative comments. You hear this concept of burnout, especially in healthcare, and you heard about it a lot during the pandemic and afterwards, and nurses, physicians, PAs, NPs, anybody that really works in healthcare. It really does beat them up sometimes, hearing those negative things when they see all the positive things and those positive things aren't really getting out there. It's definitely been a struggle, I think. Most people do really take pride in their job at Marshall.
I think the longevity of the employees says a lot. I don't think people stay at places that your conscience can't take. So I think it says a lot about Marshall.
Marshall is very family-oriented. I've recently gone through some stuff with my daughter, and I don't know if I was anywhere else that I would have been able to take the time that I needed to really pour into my daughter and be there for her.
The family atmosphere at Marshall is really something special. I actually just looked at the longevity awards for this year. I think there are 3 employees being recognized for 45 years of service. That just doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen in other organizations. Why people stay is because they genuinely care about this community, they care about this organization, and they know their opinion actually is going to be listened to and matters.
That paper that I found from Mass General identified outcomes that I think are good potential candidates for quality measures, similar to what we did at the Joint Clinical Governance Committee with UCD.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It took them several years to recognize the necessity for a team-based care model, and they only implemented that rather recently.
I think it might be there are 2 goals. One is to learn the best practices that we may not be doing, but the other part, which potentially even the bigger part, is training the new incoming class of
Exactly.
service chairs and chiefs
Exactly.
of staff.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
I love working with my team. I love building up my team. I love helping people be their best selves at work and helping them realize how amazing they truly are. What really gets me excited is being able to see that spark in people and help them see it for themselves and help them grow into whatever it is they want to be.
The doctors and the CEO and all the main people in this hospital, they're not talking about having their name on some building. They're talking about what can they do to improve the community? What new service can we offer? What is the new outreach program can we do?
When you come in here, you will get care as good as the care you get at any hospital. I've had the privilege in my training to work at Cedars-Sinai for a month. I worked at Stanford Intensive Care Unit for a month. We have good teams here, and we work on teamwork a lot. And we work on that, and we through our quality initiatives and processes, trying to develop and trying to learn from other places around the country. We don't just sit isolated up here.
I just thank God for each and every doctor, nurse, everyone for caring for my daughter. Each day that I get to hear her on the phone, each day I get to see a picture of her is a blessing, and it's all because of Marshall.
Look at me today. I'm able to put on makeup. I'm able to walk around. There's no wheelchair or walker. All of my family is in Florida, but when I walk through the doors of the Marshall Cancer Center or the Marshall Hospital, I don't feel alone because I know I'm going to be taken care of as if my mom or my grandma was giving me everything that I need in terms of health care.
I told her, I said, you're right. God had you where you needed to be. Marshall Hospital is just all a blessing.
There's a quote that says, "Isn't it wonderful to be part of creation?" And it's beautiful. It's a new life, it's new hope.
She's not just giving birth to a baby, she's giving birth to herself as a mother. It feels like a privilege to me always to be a part of that. The structure of a country is made best by the families within it, right? So to me, anything we can do to improve a family, their relationship with each other, their experience becoming a family, to me is like where it starts. If a woman has a great experience giving birth and it gives her confidence to be a mother, it will affect her parenting, it affects our nation.
If you want to be around people that genuinely care, not only about themselves and their work, but about you and getting you back to work, they should try Marshall.
All the way from admin going in there to get the medical paperwork you need. They're all friendly. You can walk in there and talk to every one of them, and I feel like you've been there forever. I'm the kind of guy that you can see through people. They're very friendly, they care about you. I'm telling you, they're great people. I know my age is getting me, and I have to realize that, but I'm feeling better than I ever have felt.
I take care of so many people that hold my hand that say thank you so much for being here. They're so grateful that they're here and that we're here and we're open and we're available and we're fully staffed, and that's a gift. Those people get to live where they live because they have a hospital nearby.
Marshall's place in this community is the piece that's binding everything together. We're taking care of your ill dad, or we're delivering your healthy baby. Whatever you are in your stage of life, we are there for you.